Alright, what up everybody? This is Progressives Abroad, reporting live right out here in Oslo, Norway. Doing a just a little quick update about what's happening over here. We're up quite late right now, being the Super Tuesday Eve, and doing some phone banking for Bernie Sanders, trying to get the word out here as much as we possibly can last minute, just to get out as many votes as we can. As we know, there are tons and tons of voters that don't vote in every election, and this tends to be one of the biggest problems, that there's just people who don't vote. And this is why it's really important just to get out there, get the word out, talk to your family, talk to your friends, and talk to people you don't know. Text banking, phone banking, whatever you can do. Now, we've been phone banking out here for a little bit, and I must say it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, you are basically telemarketing, or it's that kind of telemarketing vibe. If you ever worked telemarketing, it's kind of a similar vibe. I mean, you're calling random people, you're addressing them by their name. Half the people are like freaked out by you calling, half the people want to hang up on you. Everybody else is, wrong numbers, but it still seems like it's, quite helpful. I mean, at least we're sorting out the list, and we're, getting in touch with people that we can. I mean, every single voter counts. But yeah, I must say it's not easy, and pretty, not necessarily surprising, not necessarily shocking, but always kind of course, disappointing when you are calling and, people just have no idea what's going on. They don't know that it's primaries tomorrow. They don't know that it is who's running for president. And you also, of course, talk to a lot of people who spread a lot of talking points like, oh, well, I'd like to vote for Bernie, but he's so old. Yeah, and that was quite an interesting conversation, especially because I was talking to this guy who was arguing with me about how Bernie Sanders was too old and Joe Biden was better looking than Bernie Sanders, although he's just about the same age. I mean, this is such a bizarre logic. I'd rather have a supposedly better looking guy to be president that's 1 year younger than the other guy. Forget about healthcare, forget about education, forget about human rights and all these kinds of things. Forget about all that good stuff. I want some guy who looks a little bit less like he's old, even though they're all old. Big news is that Pete Buttigieg pulled out of the race. Amy Klobuchar pulled out of the race. We know what's going on here. Consolidating that vote, that moderate vote, getting people to rally, most likely behind Joe Bizzle. So no matter what, the most important thing we can do right now is get as many people as we possibly can to go out and vote for Bernie Sanders, because what we're going to really need in this particular situation is a landslide. So or at least a majority. We don't need a landslide, but we need a majority. And I guess that would pretty much be a landslide. So, I mean, do whatever you can tonight. Get out there. Talk to people. Get the vote. I mean, for the most part, I've been using phone banking simply as a way to inform people about their polling place and how they can get out and vote. So, go to the Bernie Sanders website. It's really easy to register. You can watch a little video. It's about 8 minutes long to get you started. And then you just enter your information, your email address, your phone number, and start phone banking. You just kind of automatically start calling people. Don't let all the hang-ups and short conversations bring you down. It can seem futile at some points, but at least we're getting information out there. We're sorting out these phone lists, and here and there, I think we're pushing some people, extra people who wouldn't normally be going to the polls, out to the polls. And if you're abroad, this is really easy to do. If you're back in the United States, it's really easy to do. It's pretty amazing, actually. There's a big article here in Oslo last week about lots of local Norwegian and other people from other countries, progressive people, who are so eager to get Bernie Sanders elected in the United States because of the massive impact that all U.S. policy has on the rest of the world, that they're actually phone banking over here too. So that's pretty amazing, and I'm hoping that we will maybe get some of them on the show soon. Been in contact. As for the show, it's been a little bit while since our previous updates. That is just simply because life's been pretty crazy and pretty a lot of moving around recently. But I can assure you we're getting some interviews scheduled and recorded, and should be coming up with some nice things to listen to quite soon. So thanks for all your support. Thanks for listening. And please, whatever you can do, get out, phone bank, get the word out, text bank, whatever you can do. Make sure, get in the car, drive people to the polls tomorrow. We need to get as many people out voting as possible. So to end, I would love to hear other people's phone banking experiences. I could go on and on about it forever, but I'm gonna probably get some sleep because it's quite late. I want to get up in the morning and see what's going on of Super Tuesday. But I'd like to hear other people's experiences with phone banking, if they've been positive, negative, productive, fruitful, all these kinds of things. So please leave your comments in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to give us a shout. Progressives Broad, over and out.